And we are live. We are back. Sports Jazz, everyone. Welcome yet to another edition of Sports Jazz. Josh, Isaac, we are in the building, of course, with Man United news. Yeah, as always, a lot happening. We're headed into the transfer. Uh, Actually, we've already started the transfer season. People are already signing. Clubs are already signing. Arsenal's already scooped or almost scooping Zubimendi. Liverpool almost free. Is it Frimpong is joining? Uh, uh, Former UCL champions Josh, Real Madrid. It's about business right now. Everyone is signing, but United, we are still playing around. But anyhow, once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Pleasure to have you here, and yeah, let's enjoy the show, guys. Josh, still a busy week for us. I don't know how it is for you on your side. Are you comfortable with what we have? I just watched Amorim's press, and he's not a comfortable guy. He's not a very comfortable guy. He knows what's
Yeah, it
coming
shouldn't
ahead
be.
because we
It
have
shouldn't
Spurs,
be.
so he's
Why
worried.
should he be? Why should he be comfortable? I mean, we've lost so many games.
I know
We've lost
it's
so
been
many games.
crazy.
I don't. Yeah, I
Is it
don't see
17, 18? Man, it's been
20.
crazy this season.
Bro, just say
No,
we've
in the
won six.
EPL. In
Just say
EPL.
we've won six. I don't know why you're saying 17.
Okay, we've won only 6.
Out of like 26 games that he has played, or 25 games that
Man,
he has played.
it's really bad. It's that bad, Josh. And I
Yeah,
don't know how
but
we're going to cope up with that.
no, I like that he's talking about the transfer window. I like that he has already focused his mind on what he needs to do to improve
Mm,
this Man United squad, because he
yeah.
seems to be actually knowledgeable of the things that he must do to improve this side. He does not believe that this Man United side can compete in the manner that it is in right now. Even before Lenny Yoro did get an injury, he did already think that we needed an extra defender come next season. I just
Yeah.
did not understand the part where he said that if one of our defenders was going to have a lengthy injury, then he would
Mm.
sign a new defender, because we
I think
must sign a new defender
I
regardless.
no, I
We
think he meant if the season starts and players like first of all, we have who? We have the one with ACL,
Lisandro
Licha,
Martinez.
Lisandro Martinez. Players like, anything can happen. So I think he
Yeah,
meant he
yeah,
was
yeah.
trying to
But you see,
protect himself, saying if the season starts off and we still have defenders going to be out for a long time, then he's likely to sign new players, or rather at the defender.
yes, that's what I don't understand, and that's what I disagree with.
Mm,
Regardless of the situation, whether we have whether those defenders are fit or not fit, we must sign another defender. Why do we sign? Why
I
must
actually
we
think
sign
we must
another
sign
defender?
two. I
Yes,
actually think we must
because
sign two.
Evans is leaving the club, Lindelof is leaving the club, Maguire, Delict, and
No, Maguire is saying. I think Maguire is saying for another year.
listen, Maguire and Delict
Mm.
are injury prone, so you don't
Luke Shaw, don't
expect them
forget
to
Luke
be,
Shaw,
and
toilet
Luke
paper
Shaw, the three
bones.
of them, yeah, the three of them are injury prone. You don't expect them to be available for long. So I mean, you cannot say that you will only sign a defender if you do get a lengthy injury. I think regardless of what happens, we must sign a defender in the window.
I 100%
Lady
I do
luck
agree
fell
with you.
for us that Aiden Heaven, who came in and he was thought to be an academy player, he's ready to play. I mean,
He's
the
ready
few
to break
minutes that
bones.
the few minutes that he has already played in the Premier League were evident that he's good enough. He's ready to play at this level. And I hope that he's given a run in next season. The fact that Licha will not be available, I hope that I mean, he makes that place his own until Licha returns.
Well, once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. And Josh, yeah, as we set off, of course, we're still looking at Man United transfer news. A lot is happening. And as it seems, Josh, it looks like United are advanced in terms of signing, or rather, when it comes to signing Semenyo and Dilap. And news coming in is United are indeed making significant progress in their pursuit of Bournemouth winger Anthony Semenyo and Ipswich striker Liam Delap, with multiple sources indicating negotiations, Josh, are advanced for both players. And of course, we know for Anthony, United have already held talks, Josh. 25 years old from Ghana, he's a forward. They've already, United has already met his entourage, and they're still fighting or negotiating the price, because Bournemouth is potentially open to offers around or ranging from 50 to 60 million pounds. Of course,
Bro,
Semenyo has already impressed Josh this season. He has
30
9 goals.
million. 30 million. Bro, 50?
That is, I'm saying that is what Bournemouth is saying. They are
Bournemouth
open
is
to
sick.
offers. But I trust
Yeah,
the
yeah,
current
yeah.
guys we have right now. I know they will pull
But you
down the
can say
price. They're
you can
very good
say
at
that
negotiation.
yeah,
I
you
trust
can say
Omar
that
Berada.
he's one of their brightest players. So if they are losing Dean Hewson for our 50 and he has just been there a season or two at the club,
Well, they've made profit.
then
They're going to make a huge profit on him.
then they can actually make a maybe they think they can make 50 from Semenyo, who has been around there for a while.
Mm. And he has
Yeah.
done well. Okay, not well, but he's contributed. He's
He's done
scored 9
well.
goals in
He's
5
done well
seasons.
for an
Josh,
average side, and I've come to
I do
believe
agree.
that my marriage with Manchester United is going through some hardships. It's not a bad marriage, but I must compromise. So I have understood that actually, average is not average anymore, because Manchester United as a football club itself is aiming to be sixth. Now, if you're aiming to be sixth, I think this is quality. This
You're
is the
going with what
quality of
Omar
players.
Berada and Jim Ratcliffe said. That's
Now,
what they
that's
said,
what
by the way.
yeah, they're the guys. They're the guys who are running the club, and that's how they see Manchester United. That's what maybe Manchester United can achieve when
I
they
agree
do
with you.
as much as they can in the window, and
Mm.
it only actually informs you that during this window we are going to go for players like that. We can go above the sixth position. I mean, Ruben Amorim can just pull a rabbit out of the hat, and we may be phenomenal, because even finishing fourth, which it will be very, very, very good season for us. But this is the quality of players that can help you get to sixth. I mean, Dilap, Semenyo,
But Josh,
yeah,
I don't know
that's the
why
quality.
people are really fussing about signing Semenyo. With 9 goals this season,
He's good.
5
He's good.
assists, Josh, he's not
No,
that really, really good player. But with what we have, Josh, if you have Dilap, first of all, I'm not a fan of Liam Dilap, but it looks like that's what we can handle. That's what we can chew, and you only
I'm a
bite what you
fan,
can
but
chew. So if you have Semenyo, you have Liam Dilap, you have Matthias Cunha, Josh, I think they are 10 times way much better than what we currently have.
you see, that's where you get it wrong. If you do want to improve, you don't actually look at the players that you have to
I know,
only.
Josh, you have to look at them. You
First,
compare, you
listen.
contrast.
First, listen. You don't only look at the players that you do have. You look at the best players in the positions that are lacking in your team, because that's when you can make improvements. You cannot say that I need a player who is better than Maguire. So maybe Gerard Brantwaite is better than Maguire, so I can. No. You have to get the best players in the positions that they're in. If you can't get them because of the market price and stuff like that,
That's what I was going to say.
you can go for the younger players who have the potential to be the ideal player.
I don't think
you don't say that. You don't say
I
that.
don't think Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Omar Berada are going to be very patient, Josh, with young players.
I know
we're buying.
That's what they're doing. United.
I know. That's what I'm going to say. It's a rebuild. They're rebuilding. Okay, but I'm saying they are not going to rely on them. That's why they are buying. Semenyo is how old? 25. Cunha is 25. Dilap is 22. They are bringing in players slightly at the age of, above 24 years old.
Their model has always been to buy players below 25 years old. The Ugates, they've always bought about that. Even De Ligt, who has been around. He's still below. He was still below 25 years old. But anyhow, for me, Semenyo, maybe there's some stick about him joining the club, not because he's not a good player, but because he does not sparkle in ways. He does not sparkle in ways. I know that he has these strengths about him. He's a very physical player with a
And
strong
he's
build,
versatile too, Josh, to play across
and
front lines, making him a strong fit for Amarim's 3-4-2-1. Josh, he's
yeah.
versatile.
Yeah. But he's a physical player with a strong build and a good pace on him. So I
Mm,
mean, he can win these aerial duels. He has a bit of a through balls here and there. He's a good dribbler, but he's also lacking in certain ways. I mean, his passing is not the best. His long range passing is not the best. He can't
yeah.
really hold on to the ball for a while, and he's going to play as an inside 10. This is a technical position in this team. This is not. I know.
Josh, Josh, if you have Semenyo and Cunha as your tens behind a good striker, don't you think you're going to get goals? Tell me that you
bro,
don't think goals are going to come through. I'm
bro.
not saying it's the
By the
best,
time,
Josh,
by the time,
but
by
as I
the
say, we
time.
bite what we can chew.
No. But by the time you're
Unless we
using
sell players.
by the time you're using other weight in Cunha and a striker to talk about the importance of Semenyo on a team, you just know that he's lacking.
I know, Josh,
As
but
in-
no, but I'm
yeah.
saying unless we sell players, Josh, you know how finance. You know it's
No,
going to be very hard to
bro.
buy players.
Look,
But from what I understand,
Semenyo is not coming for 15 million. You keep talking about we bite what we can chew.
Bournemouth
He's
value
not
him
coming for
50 to 60 m. But I know we are not
yes.
even going to pay 35.
Then we won't have the player. Good
No,
riddance.
no, I think we will. I think we will. I
But
trust the guys around. They're good at negotiating. Omar Berad
anyway,
and Vivek.
for me, I've come to accept that this is who we are. I mean, I've come to accept that Semenyo is a good player, and I know his attributes. I know
You've
that
come to accept.
yes, that he's a progressive carrier of the ball. Our team
Mm,
lacks players who can carry the ball forward. I mean, he's been a very key player at Bournemouth, progressing the ball
yeah.
all over the pitch, and that makes for a good what a good 10, a good attacking midfielder. Okay.
Mm,
So I
mm,
mean, yeah, he has strength. He's been in the league. He knows one or two things about the league. He's very fast. He's quick. The things that he cannot do well, like holding up the ball, crossing, and his long range passing, maybe those are things that can get out of his game because of the players who are around him. But other than that, he's a competitive player. He's a very good competitive player, and I think he can help United get back to sixth position.
I like how you're insisting. You're not how they
Yeah,
say.
that's our objective next
You know,
season.
I know next season
Yeah,
to
that's
get
our
back into
objective next
the
season.
top six.
Yeah, if you want to actually beat yourself up, hope for more.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well,
hope for
Josh.
more.
Well, Josh. For Liam Delap, of course, United are also reportedly in pole position to sign the 22-year-old English striker Josh, who has a 30 million release relegation clause already for Ipswich. Of course, we all know he has scored 12 goals, and that is his debut, Josh, by the way, in the Premier League. And he's seen as a prime target to replace underperforming players like Rasmus Hoyle and Josh. And his existing relationship with the United's technical director, Jason Wilcox, Josh, from their time at Man City, looks like it's facilitating the whole deal, Josh. And Delap is reportedly very, very much open to the move, although his final decision may hinge on the European status, from what I understand. The same goes to Semenyo, European status. No, it's for real. Stop laughing at it. It's
Yo,
good to be with ambition.
no, I like how the English pen their whatever their papers. I like the way they pen the tabloids. They always give you something fanciful about the transfer that you're looking for. So you might think that this is not going to happen if United. They make Man United such a bigger club than we actually are at the moment on the pitch, because when they tell you that Semenyo for Semenyo to move to another club is going to look at the European status of a club, but he's been playing for Bournemouth as in European status. He wants to play in the Conference League.
But anyway, Josh, to me, I think
So I mean,
United's
they just want to juice it up, and they tell you that United must win the Champions League to even sign a player like Semenyo, bro. Yeah,
well,
we are poor, but
I know it's hard times, Josh. But
but
our
Liam
interest, Man
Delap,
United's. Sorry, please
I
go
feel
on.
like Liam Delap will end up being a Manchester United player. He will
Oh, Josh,
sign
he's going to
for,
be. He's going to
yeah,
be.
he will sign for Manchester United. I like the player. He's a very good complete forward. I know he's just 22, and maybe he's played for a team that has been relegated and stuff, but he's actually very good around the box. He's a tall player. He's comfortable in contact situations, uses his body very well to shield the ball. He's a bit agile. He has this coordination, link up play. He's also precise. I mean, he picks his spot and almost hits the target with it with every shot. So he's a bit of a skilled shooter in that manner. But I think he's capable of all scoring all sorts of goals, shots, and tap-ins and headers, things like that. He can make himself a nuisance. He can make himself a nuisance off the ball, and the movements are often are very good. He likes to deep, sorry, to drop deep and draw defenders to create space for teammates, and that helps when you have two tens in maybe Cunha and Zaxi, because if Liam Delap is dropping deep and very clever players are there, then they're going to utilize the opportunity to enter those pockets of space, and maybe we can open up teams easily. But I like the player. I like the player. He's just that he's young. He's 22 years old, and maybe if you thought that United would do much better than sixth position, you would be going for a player like Osimhen or Gyökeres, who is tried and tested. But we know our resource envelope cannot allow us to do that. And the next best thing is Liam Delap. So we are willing to wait. We are willing to invest in this lad. I told you before that this lad was involved in the elite squad of Man City, which was coached by Enzo Maresca. It won a lot of things. It had players like Cole Palmer, Romeo Lavia, Liam Delap himself, and they were unstoppable. They were unstoppable. They were doing things. You can see those two players where they have ended up and how they are playing wherever they are. I mean, Romeo Lavia has suffered a bit of injuries here and there, but you can see that the quality is there. He's such a quality player, and Liam Delap was the one leading the line, and he was scoring goals from all angles. So for me, from that time when I knew about the boy, I liked the growth of Delap, and now seeing him in the league last season, I liked the things that he was doing. I know he was playing for Ipswich, so it wasn't easy for him to score goals and stuff. But I do think that he's a guy who can give you about 15 goals, 17 goals with playing for Manchester United. And if the season is very good, maybe he can hit the impossible mark of 20 goals a Premier League season.
Well, that will be quite.
Yeah.
that
No,
will
he
be
has the
quite
talent. I
funny.
know it is difficult. Like the pressure is different at Manchester United. The magnanimity of the club is just too big, and under these
That is correct.
circumstances where we are struggling, and the hierarchy at the club seems to be in tandem with what is going to happen with Manchester United. The fans are not. We do not expect sixth to be our ultimate prize, but the guys at the club who are running it are telling you that the best we should be looking at next season is sixth position. I mean, that is the aim, that is the objective. So, I mean, fans who are thinking that we're going to get into the Champions League next season, blah, blah, we're going to win the Champions League and stuff like that. Yeah, it's foolhardy.
And Josh, to me, I think United's interest in both players, that is Semenyo and Delap, is part of a broader strategy to bolster their attack, Josh. I mean, with Wolves, Matthias Cunha also linked heavily, and it looks like the deal might come through. I mean, the deals for Delap and Cunha are reportedly more straightforward, Josh, from what I understand, and due to the simplicity with the release clauses. But when it comes to Semenyo, Josh, a transfer could require additional funds. There's a bit of maneuvering, and not forgetting Arsenal are also interested in Semenyo, Dilap, Chelsea. So there's that bit that could complicate the matter. But these developments, Josh, do align with Amorim's vision to reshape the squad. Although I think the success of these transfers may depend on United's performance again in the Europe and their ability to manage squad sales, Josh, because we really
Yeah,
need to
but
sell players.
I do hear that, but I don't believe the Semenyo wants European status to join Man United. So Man
Ma-
United must get into the Champions League, bro. Nah,
Josh. Sports
nah.
Jazz, everyone, please do
He's
subscribe,
playing
turn on
at
the
Bournemouth, bro.
notifications. Turn on the
Or or
notifications, please.
or
Do
it could be
subscribe.
no, okay,
Oh,
he
what?
could have a point. Maybe it is because the competitors around him, actually,
Mm,
the suitors around him, are going to
mm,
be playing in Europe, like Arsenal.
mhm.
Yeah,
That
but I
also
don't know.
works.
I don't know why Arsenal would be going for Semenyo when they have a player like Rodrigo Goes and
Why wouldn't they go for Semenyo, Josh?
Nico
Why wouldn't they
Williams,
go for? Oh
because
yeah, Nico Williams.
they have a player like Nico Williams and Rodrigo available. So
Mm.
why not? I know Semenyo is a very good player. He's a good competitor. You know the way you talk about Joelton
Mm.
at Newcastle,
Yeah.
Semenyo can turn out to be that kind of player.
I
It
don't
can
talk
turn
about
out to
Joe
be that
Wellington,
kind of.
just rather giving him. I'm saying he's a dirty player. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, he's a
Oh, I
competitive
don't
player.
like him. I don't like him, Joe. He's a
I
dirty
like him.
player.
I like him.
He's going
I
to
would
make you
use
do
him.
me. He
I would use him at
destabilizes the
United,
whole midfield.
and that's what makes him a good player for the
I
club.
know, I know, I know.
Yeah.
I just don't want that. Anyhow, please do subscribe, guys. Turn on the notifications, Sports Jazz, and Josh. Please, I'm going to give you a few minutes, enough minutes. I want you to explain to me. News coming in is okay.
Yeah.
News coming in is uh
Yeah.
excuse me. News coming in is Man United or Manchester United have shown consistent interest in signing Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton. For of course, we know he joined from Blackburn. He's 22 years old. Sorry, 21-year-old midfielder. Um, I mean, he joined Blackburn for around 18 million pounds, Josh, from what I understand. So yes, United have complete interest in signing Wharton from Crystal Palace. 21-year-old England international Josh joined Palace last year in February, and he's been earning praise for his composure, technical ability, and performances in the Premier League. And Amorim is reportedly a huge fan, and he sees Adam Wharton as a potential replacement for aging midfielders like Casemiro and Ericsson, and whose contracts are actually, in fact, Ericsson is supposed to leave at the end of the season. Casemiro, I'm not so sure, but the only problem that is, the only issue that might turn out a problem is Adam Wharton's valuation is is a problem, Josh, because Crystal Palace reportedly want 80 to 100 million pounds for the midfielder, and we all know he's under contract until 2029. No release clause. The fee is high, and it has sparked a bit of I mean, there's a bit of doubt whether the whole deal might come through, and or rather, Man United might pay, because just that is a lot of money. And there's interest also from other clubs: Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle, and even at one time, I understand Bayern Munich were also interested, Madrid as well, and Juventus.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Watson's ceiling is so high. He's that type of player. He's the quality of a player that when I first saw him, I actually questioned if his passport was his passport. I mean,
Mm.
is he a pure English player? Because he looked like he came from somewhere else. He looked like he's a player who did not learn the football from the places that most of our English midfielders learn football from. he sort of reminded me of Carrick. That is in the aspect of keeping the ball, keeping the game simple. Not all the attributes that he does have, but keeping the game simple, just making one touch neat passes and things like that, instead of trying to be fancy and things like that. He has a good tactical awareness on the pitch. He has a relentless work effort. I mean, this is a guy that everyone would want to have in his team, especially Manchester United, because Manchester United has had the opportunity to. Sorry, Adam Wharton has had the opportunity to play in a two-man midfield at Crystal Palace. Okay. And the fact that he has played in a two-man midfield, and Ruben Amorim plays with two midfielders, he has excelled at Crystal Palace playing in a two-man midfield. I mean, he's relentless. He has a relentless work rate. I mean, which has been very massive for Crystal Palace this season. He's an old school 8 in his style, who gets involved in both sides of the pitch. He's not a guy you would call a central defensive midfielder, nor a central attacking midfielder, but he does the box to box thing very well. He progresses the ball forward. He's very forward thinking. I mean, he has the abundance of energy, the legs, the lungs, great work ethic on and off the ball. He's very aggressive. He presses the opposition very high. I mean,
I hear you.
this
So, in
boy,
other words, he would be a great addition to Amarim's squad, right?
he would be a wonderful addition to Amorim's side in the two, even better than Ederson.
And by the way,
his combination of out of possession tenacity and on the ball elegance makes him such a unique profile and creates the current market demand. I know that it is a bit in over Crystal Palace's heads that they would take the player. They would want to sell the player for 100 million, but such is the unique profile of the player that I mean, he can demand such monies on the market.
Well, United's interest dates back, Josh. United's interest in Adam Wharton dates back during his time at Blackburn, although they reportedly declined to sign him before his Palace move, last year in February. And I think that was all because of Amorim back then prioritizing English talent and a midfield overhaul. This now comes because Amorim is prioritizing English talent, from what I think, because we see Dilap, you see now Adam, and
Amorim, bro. Amorim is not prioritizing English talent.
Josh. No, I think it is,
Josh.
Believe that. If it's not Amorim, then it's
Man United.
It's Man United. That's what I was saying.
Man United, not Amorim.
Not Amorim himself. But yeah, Josh, Wharton remains a key target, but the transfer feasibility depends on Palace's asking price and United's ability to offload players to fund the deal, which seems to be, it's not something that is going to come easy, Josh. It's not. To come easy.
If you get a player like Adam Wharton, then you can accept to finish 6th in the league. At least you have a very unique profile that is growing with the club, and in 1 or 2 years is just going to be the perfect midfielder for your side. And it could actually just change everything that you're thinking about this very season.
Well, that's Adam Wharton. Well, if you say he's that good, Josh, come on, let's get
him.
He
the
only
good.
Problem is
and you see,
funding. Getting the funds.
He has had an injury hit season, but he has still managed to make his mark this very season. I was among the guys actually who thought that Gareth Southgate should have given him a look in the Euros.
Who?
Adam Wharton, yes.
Okay, that's odd.
Yeah. I was among the guys who thought that because that season the kid was good. Yes, he was young, but he was good. He was that good. And at a certain point, you would see Kobbie Mainoo, and Kobbie Mainoo, who was playing in midfield. Oh, Gareth Southgate tried out Trent Alexander-Arnold in
in the
midfield for I think
midfield.
2 games
I don't
ahead
even
of Adam
understand that. I
Wharton, who was
remember.
on the bench.
I know there were actually legit
Actually,
midfielders, people that are
for
supposed
me,
to play or that
for
are meant to
me,
play as midfielders, but he decided to try out Trent.
yeah, it just didn't work, but maybe on another day it could have worked. But for me, I started to look at Adam Wharton like Michael Carrick, a player who was so good with a unique profile. But because he was English, he was underappreciated. Had he been Italian or Spanish, I mean, or Portuguese, maybe he would have been appreciated much more because the things he did on the ball were actually exceptional. I mean, he had an understanding of the game that he didn't have to use a lot of legs and lungs in the midfield to execute whatever he was doing. Ferguson saw it that he was this type of player and had to get him people around him to make sure that they would cover such spaces and he would continue to play his game. But then you have a player like Adam Wharton who combines both the relentless work rate, the aggression, the pressing very high, and then the one-touch passes. I mean, it's like he has a vision on the pitch before he receives the ball. He just keeps passing it around. He just passes it around, and he doesn't do fanciful things to lose the ball or stuff like that. I don't have his percentile on complete passes and stuff like that, but I actually think that he's very high. He should be above 78% or something like that, because much of the time he's just recycling the ball. He's very forward thinking. The moment he gets the ball, like all the passes are forward passes and things like that. He's not trying to play safe and play these square passes and stuff like that. So I mean, he's quite a
Well,
player. He's quite a
you
player
really
there.
heaped praise on him. So in other
Well,
words, if he
you see
comes
the
through,
guy.
we also have our own Declan Rice.
Come on. I'm talking about Adam Wharton, not Declan Rice.
I know. I'm just
Yeah,
okay. We
no,
have
no,
our
no,
own
no.
Casemiro.
We have our
You know
own
what I'm
Adam
trying to
Wharton.
do.
Adam Wharton is the only one because Declan Rice. With all due respect to Declan Rice, he doesn't
Say
have
it.
the profile that Adam Wharton has. He
So
does very many good things, but he's another type of player.
you'd pick Adam Wharton over Declan Rice any day.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. But if you
You
asked
just
me,
said
no, if you asked me to just talk about the talents of the players, I think you would know your answer by the time I complete talking about the players. But right now, I mean, one is
anyway.
21, and one is what, 26, 24. So I mean, one is a conference league winner.
Not me, Josh. Not me. Those are your
Things like
words.
that. So I mean, yeah.
Well, Arsenal, as someone, as a legend said, Arsenal, watching Arsenal is like watching Netflix. Happy birthday, Patrice Evra, the man himself. And of course, by the way, Josh, a few minutes ago,
Happy
breaking,
birthday, Patrice.
Harry Amas has been named Manchester United Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year. Okay,
Well,
that is
congratulations to him.
Alejandro has been recalled to the Argentina national side. That is good. That is good for him. That is good for him. And Josh,
Yeah,
what's up
I
with
like
Sane?
Garnacho. I like Garnacho. Sorry, I like Garnacho because the boy is also relentless. The guy does
I
not
like the
give
fact that
up.
you've started liking him.
No, I've always liked him. No, I
Well,
don't
that is
like
big.
watching him. I don't like watching him.
What do
But
you mean?
I don't like watching him because
Do you
I
know
know
how
it's going.
contradicting you sound?
No, I don't like
You say
watching
the boy
him.
is you don't like watching him.
Yeah, because he's
I
going to
just,
fuck up anyway.
but you
I'm
just
telling
say the
you,
boy is relentless.
yes, you see, I don't like watching him, but I like things about him. Okay, I like things
I
about
swear,
him. He can be a very good player.
no,
I
Josh, you're
once
very
told you that
confusing.
I'm sorry, I once told you that is a player who can turn out to be a Vinny Junior, a destroyer of teams on that wing. But I mean, he just has to get his shit right. I mean, he's struggling a bit, but I like I like the fact that he doesn't give up. He keeps doing it again, doing it again. He's not that kind. He's not going to shy away from fluffing another chance. He's going to do it again. That's what I
while
like about him.
while you're
The
not watching.
resilience, the resilience. That's no, I don't like to watch him because I know he's not going to produce the goods.
Okay,
It's
Josh,
pain. Okay, let me say, it's painful to watch him.
flap
It's painful
chances.
to watch him. It's painful to watch him because he will always have fluff chances. But I have hope that he will actually get better because he does not give up. He does not give up. He keeps trying. He keeps trying. He keeps trying. And yeah, practice makes perfect.
There you
I
go.
hope he doesn't perfect kicking it outside.
Well, Amarim Josh, approximately an hour or 90 minutes ago, he had a press conference. Of course, we have a game, Chelsea. We're playing against Chelsea. Useless game right now. But
On
of
Friday,
course, yeah, we are going to get into it shortly. And Josh, when asked about Aiden Heaven, he said Aiden Heaven is a kid that arrived here, worked really well, and then with some injuries, he had the opportunity to show a lot of qualities. So that can change your recruitment. So if we were thinking Lisandro Martinez has an injury, we need a left-footed center back. That was him, Amorim. He went on to say, of course, they were asking him about recruitment. He said, when I say about recruitment, it's not about just big names to spend a lot of money. It's sometimes the player who is 17 years old and another top club, of course, with a finished contract. So we can use the Manchester United brand to bring that kid. I think that's what they did with Chido Obi Martin and Aiden Heaven, because it was so funny that they decided not to stay. But yeah, he went on just to say Manchester United don't want to make expensive, mistakes in the market, but are cautious of signing players with potential, just rather than immediate, difference, or things that made us look desperate back then under Ole. Woodwood, is it Ed Woodward signing funny players? Maybe the other news coming in is United don't want to spend. I know, Josh, you want a keeper. You've been saying United need to replace Onana and Bayinda, but United don't want to spend their budget on a new keeper, Josh, on a new goalkeeper. And the only
yeah,
way,
United doesn't want to progress.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
they don't
only
want
way
to
for this to
progress.
happen is if Onana or Bayinda leaves, one of them leaves the club, Josh.
United does not want to progress
Why would you want to say that, Josh?
because it will be true.
Oh, come on, man.
You see, with
You're
the
shitting on
goalkeeper,
United now.
Onana is actually a good keeper. But if a keeper
He's
can
not.
make
Onana is not a
first
good
listen,
keeper.
first listen. Yesterday you compared the stats that he has against
With
those of
Johan Garcia. Yeah.
Johan Garcia, and they're almost a mirror of each other. The only difference, if a keeper can make 5 errors leading to goals, five
I know.
errors leading to goals, bro,
Those are
that
very
guy is
many
shit.
errors.
Yeah,
Those are very
that
many
guy is shit.
errors.
You can make
You
five
know,
errors in a season.
those
5.
are very, very many errors. Well,
You can have
Josh,
a howler once in a while, but 5.
I don't know about Rashford. I don't know whether Villa will be triggering, but from what I understand, Villa are still undecided about whether to trigger their 40 million pound option
They
to make
should they
Marcus
should
Rashford's
decide.
loan a permanent move, Josh. And we all
They
know
should decide
uh,
real quick.
Rashford does not have a future at Man United under Ruben
No, he
Amorim.
does not. I don't think he's even going to train.
You
Shouldn't
don't
even be
think?
there for preseason.
But I think back to the keepers. I think Altay Bayinda might leave in the summer, Josh. That's what I
I,
think.
I hope it does. I hope it does.
That's what I think. But yo, Josh, this is the center. By the way, I want us to talk about this. I don't understand because I mean, there's been the nominees of the EA Sports Player of the Year, Joshua in. As I saw Sky Sport earlier on posting or or tweeting through the X, but Manchester United's Premier League season might have been pathetic, Josh. I agree, but it's not enough. That is not enough. Why Bruno Fernandes isn't on the shortlist, Josh, of 8?
Who is there?
He's ranked number 1. I'm coming. He's ranked number 1. He's ranked number 1 in chances created,
Okay.
Number one, progressive passes. Number
Okay.
number two, through balls. Okay. No, actually, even number one in through balls, Josh is ranked
Yeah.
number two in shot creating actions, shot
Yeah.
creating passes, and number three in foot mob, Josh. And if I'm to let me read you. There is Morgan Gibbs, Nottingham Forest. There is Ryan Gravenbach. Okay, yeah, that one I do agree.
Yeah. Oh,
Alexander
you're talking
Isak.
about midfielders, right?
No. Player of the season, Premier
Okay.
League nominees this season.
Morgan
There's
Gibbs.
let me first finish the list, Josh. This is
Please,
how
please.
shitty the list is. There's Morgan Gibbs, Nottingham Forest. Ryan Gravenbach, Liverpool, no problem. That one I do agree. Alexander Isak, even without he should be there. Brian Mbuemo, okay, he should be there. Josh
Yeah.
has scored 18 goals. Declan Rice, I don't understand why he's there, respectfully.
Why
Mohamed Salah, he
respectfully?
should be there.
Why
Van Dijk, I do
respectfully? As
not
in,
understand, again, respectfully, as the champions and captain of Liverpool, why he's on the short list, Josh.
no,
Van
Van
Dijk,
Dijk.
no.
Van Dijk is Van Dijk. He can be there.
Chris Wood,
But
Nottingham
this,
Forest, okay, he has made wonders. This is he has scored goals. Josh, why isn't Bruno Morgan? To put Morgan Gibbs, I would have this guy from
no,
Aston Villa, Morgan
Morgan
Rogers.
Rogers.
Yeah,
So maybe Gibbs,
it's pathetic.
maybe Gibbs had all sixth and stuff like that below Bruno Fernandes, but he had more assists and he scored more goals than Bruno Fernandes this season.
Josh,
Is that the case?
Josh, no bant. I'm being serious. I'm pissed.
No, I'm
Why
also
would you
I'm
add
asking. I'm
Gibbs
honestly asking. Who is Morgan
on
Gibbs,
that
by the way?
list? Who's Morgan Gibbs? Why would you add him on the short list
The
player?
Nottingham Forest guy.
Exactly. That's the guy I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
and I don't know
What
what
has
you're
he done
talking
this
about.
season to be added on that list?
Maybe he scored. How many goals has he scored this season? Please check it out.
Let me check it out.
How
But
many goals? Yeah, how many goals has he scored? How many assists does he have? Maybe he actually has more goals and assists this season. And
No.
Nottingham Forest, maybe he's the guy who has carried Nottingham Forest to
Chris
the
Wood.
position that they're in.
Chris Wood, Josh.
But for player of the season,
Seriously, Josh. That is not. I don't know why he's on that list. It
maybe,
doesn't make sense to me. And it's annoying.
Declan Rice, I can understand. He scored two
I
goals
can also
in the
understand.
Champions League. He scored 2 goals in the
Yes.
Champions
We are
League.
talking
that
about the
wowed
Premier League.
Yeah, but they wowed the English and they just fixed them into the Premier League.
Well,
Because how do you understand it for the Premier League?
Listen, Morgan Gibbs White. Let me read the whole. Morgan Gibbs White has 6 goals and 8 assists in 32 appearances in the Premier League this season for Nottingham Forest, Josh. Now, I'm going to compare that to Bruno Fernandes, okay? His assists, Josh, this season. And I want someone to explain to me how Fernandes would miss on that list and Morgan Gibbs makes it. Seriously, Josh. It's crazy. It's silly. Very, very silly. I don't know what criteria people use to, pick or nominate these guys, but it's silly. It doesn't make sense, Josh. Bruno Fernandes, he has 8 goals and 9 assists in 34 Premier League appearances this season. Do not forget the stats I just read you. Creation, chance creation and everything, Josh. So I don't understand. Please help me understand. Josh, I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you, Josh. But anyhow, Josh, as you work on the mic, again, hi, Adieri in the comment section. Shout outs to you. I still don't understand how you would add Morgan Gibbs, have him on the. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me, honestly speaking. Well, news coming in is Marcus Rashford is not prepared to take a wage cut on his 325 weekly salary or wages, which would restrict him to a handful of potential suitors this summer. Man, we also have Rashford, and it's turning out to be a problem. Although he expects to move abroad, from what I understand, in the summer. Of course, because he doesn't want to come back to Man United, and it's okay. I mean, greener pastures. I have no problem with Marcus Rashford. At least he has been respectful. He's not been like this kid. What's his name? Not even a kid anymore. He's not been like Jadon Sancho, who has been a flop even again at Chelsea, and Chelsea are considering paying the fine of £5 million and returning. Please, Chelsea, don't do that. We do not want Jadon Sancho back at. We don't want Jadon Sancho back at all. And I hope when he goes, I hope something comes up. I saw Mourinho also saying he's ready for Fenerbahce to pay all that amount for him to come back. Yeah, rather for him to have Jadon Sancho. I hope that is true. I hope that is true, seriously. But yo, I was still ranting. Player of the season, Premier League. Yeah. Nominees: Morgan Gibbs, Nottingham Forest; Ryan Gravenberch, Liverpool; Alexander Isak, Newcastle; Brian Mbeumo, 18 goals this season. Yes, he deserves to be there. Declan Rice, Arsenal; Mohamed Salah, Van Dijk; Chris Wood, still Nottingham Forest. I do not understand why Morgan Gibbs has been on that list. I think I would have nominated Morgan Rogers on the list. Swap him. I know Morgan Rogers has been. I think is it kids this season? Let me look for that. But it still doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand the criteria they use for them to come up with such nominees, or rather nominate these guys. I just think it's shitty, and they should change that. They should change that. In fact, maybe even Caicedo could even put in Caicedo. I mean, I'm just saying. There's no way you'd have Morgan Gibbs on that, and Bruno Fernandes misses out. A guy who has been number one when it comes to creating chances this season, progressive passes through balls, number two in shot creating actions, shot creating passes, and also rated number 3 in football. I fail to understand that. But well, let's wait and see how things turn out. I mean, not that I don't want him to be there, but I think he didn't do enough, honestly speaking. I just think he didn't do enough, and he doesn't deserve to be there. Yeah, young players of the season. Nominees, young players of the season. Josh, I can't hear you. I don't know why I can't hear Josh. I can't hear you, Josh. I can't hear you, Josh. Yeah, as I was saying, sorry, yeah, we're having a bit of anyway. Yeah, young player of the season, we have Liam Delap, Ipswich, 12 goals this season. Okay. Anthony Elanga, Nottingham Forest. Ryan Gravenberch again, Liverpool. Dean Hudson, I think is Dean Hudson is joining Real Madrid. I think terms and everything has been agreed. He should be joining. We should be having an official communication very, very soon. Then we also have Morgan Rogers. Here he comes through. Then you have William Saliba. You have João Pedro and Cole Palmer. I still don't understand why Cole Palmer is on this list too. It doesn't make sense to me. Young players. Josh, man, I don't understand. No, I can't hear you, Josh. I can't hear you. I don't know what's up. I can't hear you. But yeah, I mean, that is it. It doesn't make sense because Cole Palmer, young player of the season, apart from scoring penalties, I don't see why Cole Palmer should be on that list. He shouldn't be on that list, honestly speaking. Manager of the season, of course, you have Brentford manager Thomas Frank. You have Newcastle manager Eddie Howe. I think he has done so well, won the Carabao, beating Liverpool in the finals. Nuno Santo, yes, he deserves to be there. At one point, I thought they were even going to qualify for the Champions League. I actually thought he was going to make the Champions League. Okay, at least third or fourth position, because they played so well, but it all came crumbling down. I don't understand what led to that. Then you have Wolves manager Pereira. No, I don't think he should be also on that list. I don't think he should be on that list. Ancelot, 100%. He just won the EPL and he should be there. And I think he should also win it. First, you do not just walk into the Premier League and win the EPL. A few managers have done that. I think Mourinho is one of those. Is it Ancelotti also with Chelsea is one of those. Um, who else? Who else? Who else? I think Pellegrini. I'm not so sure with Man City. Then there's Conte with Chelsea. Then Anslot. I don't know if there's anyone else I've forgotten, but yeah. So I think it should go for manager of the season. It should go 100% to Anslot. But there are other managers that I think have done really well in EPL. I think Ateta has done well. Things have not gone so well for him. He has failed to win any trophy, but he has done incredibly well. You know, reached the semifinals of the UCL, currently second position EPL. You know, I think he has done so well, very, very well. I just don't understand why they did add him. But I mean, I would have him on. Seriously, I would have him on. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yes, as I said earlier, United negotiations to sign Semenyo and Liam Delap are advanced. And of course, Cunha is already in the works. And yes, I do think, not that I want Semenyo, but depending, even Liam Delap, but with what we have, I mean, you only bite what you can chew. We are struggling. There is no way they are going to allow us to sign all those players if we have not sold players. And in the last 5-6 seasons, United has not sold players. They have not sold players at all. So we need PSR will come through. FFP will also come through. So we need fast sale players. I'm praying and I'm on my knees. I hope Chelsea cash in on Jadon Sancho, the 25. You know, because Roma is coming, you know, picking up that they are ready to pay the 5 million fine just not to take Sancho. And I hope that is not true. Rashford, if Aston Villa don't take him, if they're not ready to pay the 40 million pound, hope someone else, you know, counts for him and they sell him off. Because Ericsson is going on a free transfer, but yeah, the wage bill will be reduced. Evans, free transfer. You have a couple of players are going on a free transfer. Which other defender? Lindelof is going on a free transfer. Tyrell Malacia is that side, and I don't know how his loan spell is. I've not really tracked him. I don't know whether we are going to do so well. Rather, I don't know whether he has done so well, and I don't know whether it's going to be enough for us to, you know, to get money, recoup money from him. But Anthony is doing so well at Real Betis. He's killing that league. He's killing La Liga. He's killing La Liga. Absolutely fantastic. And I hope he comes through. I mean, I hope, but Real Betis does not want to cash in. From what I understand, I saw what their president said. They said they want to apply for another long loan spell for Anthony to start Real Betis. I think he's gelled in so well. You know, he's scoring wildies. He's assisting. The fans love him. The players love him. I saw last time they were singing a song for him to stay. Join the club when they were was it 12? I'm not so sure. I don't remember. 9th, but I think they're in the 6th position right now, so they're not doing bad as well. And yeah, it's good for Anthony if we can get 40 million pounds. Josh last time was telling us that Real is it Atletico Madrid is interested, but for me, from what I think, I don't think he will do so well under Diego Simeone because of the style of play. He's doing so well. And in fact, I want La Liga. I want Real Betis to win, beat Chelsea, you know, in the finals of the conference UEFA finals. But yeah, Betis right now are in the 8th position. 6th position, and it looks like they've secured the European football. You know, next season, not Champions League. But yes, if they go on and keep or maintain their lead and just win throughout, they're likely to go and feature in the Europa next season. That is really something very, very nice. Yeah, let's hope and see. I mean, that's also money if he comes through. That is also money if he comes through and we sell him. Josh, Sports Jazz, please do subscribe, guys. No, Josh, I can't hear you, man. I don't know what's up with this. Oh man. Anyhow, yeah, that's looks like that's the end of today. That's the stream today, guys. Fortunately, we had a few issues, but yeah, Josh was cooking me earlier, telling me how Adam Wharton is will make a good signing if Man United gets him. He compared him to Rice, you know. Declan Rice. But yeah, the problem is he doesn't have a release clause. It's an open book, and Crystal Palace is not going to budge. They're not going to mess around. There's already a price tag. They expect a range of within 80 to 100 million pounds. Anyone that wants to come for Adam Wharton from Crystal Palace, you have to pay an amount within the region of 80 and 100 million pounds. Joined from Blackburn last season or last year in February for only 18 million pounds. Now you see what that tells you. These guys are about to make real money. They're about to make real profits. Already Bournemouth is already making a profit. I think Juventus is mauling right now. They're crying. I mean, Real Madrid just paid 50 million pounds. It's almost official for Dean Hudson. He's joining Spaniard. I think he's going to be a great addition for Real Madrid that side. And yeah, I wish him all the best. He's a very good player. He's a very, very good player. But yeah, I see the news about Marcus Rashford is still popping up, saying his refusal to consider a move to London indicates a potential willingness to join Man City or even Liverpool, despite the unlikelihood of either. Wow, I hope that is not true. I really, really hope that is not true, because that would be really bad. Yeah, but it looks like Aston Villa. Oh my God. Yeah, breaking. Sources close to Marcus Rashford expect him to return to Manchester United for pre-season training in July. What are the odds for him to meet Jadon Sancho? After all what Sancho said, how is he going to come back to the club and look at his friends, look at his former, not even friends, look at his teammates. At least with Marcus Rashford, he stayed composed. Yes, came out, did that interview with Jimmy. I don't remember the name of the journalist. It was uncalled for. At least he should have alerted the manager or someone. But I wouldn't really blame him, because he's kept low. He's kept his mouth shut. He's not taunting Man United like Jadon Sancho, who removed everything that relates him to Man United. Yeah, Josh, I hear you from his even social media handles. We do not miss Jadon Sancho, and we hope you do not come back, Jadon Sancho. Wish you all the best, though. Keep flopping. That's all I can say.
You wish him all the best.
I wish him all the best. Nah. Yeah, Josh, looks like Jadon Sancho is coming back.
To do what?
Not Jadon Sancho, sorry, Marcus Rashford. He's expected actually to travel with the team in pre-season, because he's not.
Yeah, we have to get him. We have to get him ready to be sold.
He's not willing to take a wage cut, Josh, of his 325,000 salary a week. On top of that, Aston Villa just bailed out. They're not paying that money, and I wouldn't really blame him. He has barely performed.
It's okay. We shall get players. We'll watch. Yeah, we shall painfully pay and find a solution. Take him out on loan again. Pay half the wages, or 60% of the wages. It's our problem. We created the problem.
I know.
We shall only find loan spells for him.
Well, I hope wherever he goes, he picks up, because we need money, Josh. We need money. Josh, yeah, we're still talking player of the season, Josh. Premier League nominees.
Yeah. What I wanted to tell you
again, Josh, once again, sorry to cut you off. Once again, player of the season, Premier League nominees for 2024-25 season. Josh, we have Morgan Gibbs, Nottingham Forest; Gravenberch, Liverpool; Alexander Isak, Newcastle; Brian Mbeumo, Brentford; Declan Rice, Arsenal; Mohamed Salah for Liverpool; Van Dijk, Liverpool; and Chris Wood again for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. And you had questions on why Morgan Gibbs was not was included and Bruno Fernandes was not included.
Yep,
it's simple. Morgan Gibbs White is an English player.
No, Josh, it's not about
Declan
English.
Rice is an English player.
Okay,
I mean, yeah, this
Chris
is their
Wood
league.
Is an English player.
Yeah, this is the no. Chris Wood has maybe played well for the season, but nominee for player.
He deserves to be there, Josh. He deserves to be there.
Yeah, as a nominee.
Chris Wood. Yeah, he deserves to be one of the nominees. Brian Mbeumo, 18 goals in Premier League. He deserves to be there. But Morgan Gibbs.
Yeah, but man. and Declan Rice, maybe you look up Declan Rice's numbers real quick.
Um,
Assists
no, I also have questions,
and
Josh. I also
goals.
have questions.
No,
Declan
just look up
Rice,
assists and goals of Declan Rice
you
this
know,
season.
in the Premier League.
Yes, of course. I mean, he was nominated for the Premier League, the Potty, yeah.
Premier League. Let's wait and see. Let me. They're coming up. Let me see how he has performed.
For me, I don't.
No, no, he doesn't. He has 3 goals and 7 assists in 33 appearances in the Premier League this season for Arsenal. No, 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 no,
So
no, no.
when I tell
This
you
is not
that
right.
when I tell you that it's just a marketing gimmick of their own players, I mean they have to have at least some of their players in that nomination thing. But you know the player of the season is Mo Salah, without a
Yeah,
doubt. So
yep.
I mean the
I would
nominees.
also give it to Mo Salah.
I'm not really concerned with the bridesmaids, and I'm happy that Bruno Fernandez was not considered as a bridesmaid because, yo, he got a bit of pride, man. He has
Morgan
to
Gibbs
win
out
it.
of 32 games, 6 goals and 8 assists.
Yeah,
Bruno
that is good.
Fernandez out of 33
Eight
games or
assists is
34
good.
games, eight goals and 9 assists. And Josh,
Yeah,
again,
yeah,
don't
he
forget
doesn't
what the
beat
guy
him.
has
He doesn't
created.
beat him. And
He doesn't beat the creation, the what?
United is 17th. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so maybe play of the season is not about the play of the season. It's about the quality of the player.
Mm. I hate it
Yeah.
now when we switch. Everything is switching back to Marcus Rashford now that he's coming back. The whole not taking a huge wage. By the way, I hold nothing against Marcus Rashford. You know, at least
I don't.
he's even after doing,
I hate it
even
when you're
after
like this. I don't know why you're like this.
no, no because the whole attention is going to shift Josh,
Yeah,
like
but
how it used
that
to.
has nothing to do with you having anything against him or not having anything against him.
Well, he has fans. He has fanatics who would come crashing if I say otherwise.
Nah.
Yeah,
As
and
in,
Josh, yeah,
Marcus Rashford is dead and buried. He should be out of the club in any manner that the club can afford. If he cannot be sold, he doesn't want to get a pay cut.
mm,
Okay, yeah, fair enough to him. He'll secure his bag, but United must find a solution and take him out of the dressing room. He cannot be in the locker room when he's carrying around that attitude. It's not good for other players. I mean, Ruben Amorim is also a tough lad. He will end up excluding him, and he will have to train on his own and stuff like that, like he was already doing when he was at the club. So, I mean, yeah, that's what United must say. United cannot wash their hands off an asset like Marcus Rashford of 40 million pounds. I mean, they have to do everything to show that the club is willing to keep the player. So, I mean, maybe suitors can still be interested in the player, and the stock of the player does not fall. But if they
mm.
come out and they wash their hands off the player, then his stock is going to fall, and it's going to be very difficult for you to negotiate even a loan deal.
Well, Josh, the other thing I wanted to ask you, Josh, young players of the season, Premier League nominees 2024-25, you're going to be shocked. There is Liam Delap, 12 goals. Okay. Anthony Elanga, I think he has done well, Josh. Gravenbach, okay.
He has done well. Eh?
Yeah, he has done well. He has done
How old
fairly,
is
okay,
he?
Josh.
How old is
Yeah.
he?
Who, Anthony Elanga?
Yeah.
Wait, let me first finish. Dean Hudson, the one going to the Spaniard going to Real
Houston,
Madrid.
yeah.
It's almost official. Then you have Cole Palmer, Chelsea. I don't understand why he's on he's on this list. Jao Pedro, Brighton. Okay. Morgan Rogers. To me, I think he should take it. Aston Villa. And William Saliba from Arsenal. You know.
William Saliba,
Yep.
as in youngest player of the season.
Mm-hmm.
He collected two red cards, and I remember offhead that at least 2 errors leading to goals this season.
Mm-hmm.
He's been
Elanga
a
is 20,
shadow.
Elanga
He's
is
been a
23 years old. 10 assists
yeah,
and 6 goals.
and Saliba 22.
With Saliba, is it 22 or 23 years?
Yeah, but he's been a shadow of himself. I think that one is easy. Morgan Rogers takes it all day, every day.
Yeah, I would also have Morgan Rogers take it all day,
Yeah,
not without a doubt. He's 24 years old. I don't know how that is a young player. It doesn't make sense.
I know it. But
But
Arsenal
yo,
has to
Josh,
be there. As in, they have to win something at the end of the season. At
so
least,
that is
man, the
going to be their trophy.
guys, yeah, guys bought their suits, man,
So you're saying Arsenal
for the
having
Premier League.
William Saliba shortlisted as one of the young players of the season, Declan Rice
Yeah, at
shortlisted
24.
as
At
one of the
24.
as one of the players of the season, is the other way Arsenal can win trophies this season. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, they won't win trophies, but at least they wear suits to the award ceremony.
And by the way, everyone, mostly majority Arsenal fans have been complaining about Lewis Skelly missing on this
Yes,
young player of the
yes,
season, Josh.
yes.
Um,
A very
okay,
big shout.
yeah, Josh, and
Lewis Kelly.
maybe it's because he has only played for 3 months, Josh.
No, no,
You know,
no, 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 no,
maybe,
no.
maybe, Josh. But the
Yeah,
real
maybe,
robbery for me
but
is
when you look at the players, some of the players have been injured, but they're
the
still on the
real
list.
robbery for me,
Oh,
Josh. Yeah, is Molito, there's Kerekez and Lewis Hall.
yeah,
I think they've done well.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Even
yeah,
this
yeah.
other Spurs player who got injured, what's his name?
They
Is it
got
Begval?
injured.
Begval has also done well. If Spurs were in top eight, if Spurs were in the eight or top eight, I think he would have been included.
Why are you including players because of the position of the team?
No,
Liam Delap was
by,
relegated, but
by
he's
the
been
way,
given a
thank you.
shout. So, I mean, Bruno Fernandes, the team is 17th, but he has better stats than any midfielder that they've nominated up there. So, I
True.
mean, what do they want? What do they want him to do more to be considered? But I told you, I'm glad he's not among the bridesmaids because, I mean, Mo Salah is. Clearly the player of the season. So whatever they do to make up the numbers for the eight is up to their marketing gimmicks and who they want. Maybe they want Gary Neville to interview Declan Rice or being almost the player of the season.
No, Josh.
Since Arsenal almost won the league, I mean, you almost won the player of the season. So,
Josh, managers of the
but
season.
it's those two goals he scored in the Champions League. That's why he's there.
Man, stop the banter. The other one is Champions League. This is
Yeah. They just removed
they, have
the
to,
colors.
they, have to, they want to keep Arsenal. They want to
Yeah,
keep
yeah, yeah.
Arsenal somewhere there. Anyway, Josh, managers of the
And and
season.
and and, and Declan Rice, they have to talk about him. I mean, he's
Josh,
done things
managers of the
better.
season. You have Frank Thomas, Eddie Howe, Nuno Santo. You have Pereira for Wolves and Anslot.
What about Glasner?
No, he's not on.
Oh, okay. Who do we have on?
Frank Thomas, Eddie
Mhm.
Howe for Newcastle, Thomas Brentford,
Brentford,
Nuno
yeah,
Santos for Nottingham Forest,
yeah,
Pereira for Wolves, and Anslot for Liverpool.
yeah. Ancelot wins it, but
I think
I would, yeah, I think Nuno Espirito Santos has done a good job
actually, if it's not, it's okay
transforming
if
the team.
Anslot wins it coming, first
No, he'll win it.
season you
He'll win
win.
it.
I
No,
think
he's
for
won it.
me, I would pick if it's not Anslot, it will be Eddie Howe for me, Josh. Both managers didn't get any first team signings this summer. Do you know that? And Newcastle has won their first domestic trophy in 70 years and could even finish second by the EPL is still going on. Liverpool won the league despite sitting Arsenal being front runner or favorites. Slot also first season as well. So I mean, Santo, he did well. He did well. He tried. He really tried. So, but I would give it to one of those two for me. Josh, your mic is muted. It's red.
Yeah. There would be no qualms there. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all good. There will be no qualms there. I mean, either Eddie Howe,
Mm.
Nuno, but Anislot takes it
You give it
as
to
clear
him,
as
yeah?
day. Yeah.
Well, let's wait and see how things. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. That was me and Josh, yeah, walking you through what was happening around the football world. Josh, again, great signing
Just
for
don't
Real
forget,
Madrid. Mm.
United is also going to have a great signing if we can manage a way to actually rob £100 million from somewhere. So if some lucky team can get its hands on Jadon Sancho. We are willing to give you Jadon Sancho for 20 million pounds. We've already gotten 5 from Chelsea, so you can pay 20. You take him. Marcus Rashford is on the market. It's 40, but if you
Anthony.
give us, yeah, if you give us 40 million, I mean, you can have Marcus Rashford, but his wages are high and he's not willing to take a pay cut. But so if you're willing to pay 35, we can leave the 5 to cater for the wages for the first year. I mean, we can help you, but help us help you. Take Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho away from us.
Well, once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. That was me and Josh. Man United latest transfer news and other football news from around the world. Josh, as I was saying, great signing for Real Madrid, signing that kid. And Bournemouth has made a profit of 38 million pounds. Do you know that? That is some really good business. And that is
Yeah.
what Man United is missing. Please do subscribe, guys. Turn on the notifications. We officially sign out. Josh, you're saying something?
Yeah, I'm only saying that Man United has ensured that actually by 2028, the only trophy we shall be winning is selling players, because we've bought a bunch of young kids, and 28 they'll be ready, and we shall
By
be
the, do
just
you know
ramming money in.
Man United hasn't sold players in a long while, like real money. Pogba, free transfer. What a loss. Anthony Marshall, what a loss. You know, all these players coming, huge wages. This I know Cristiano came on a free, but later terminated, contract. Zlatan Abramovich came on a free, later left. We haven't sold players, Josh.
Yeah,
Lindelof
but
is
it
living on a free
happens.
transfer.
It happens,
Ericsson, free
bro.
transfer.
Isaac, it happens
Yep.
if you come to a football club and you're paid all this kind of money. It becomes very difficult for you
I
to leave.
know. I know. Not
Yes.
even that. As you said, recently United has been the graveyard of talent, and everyone that has been coming playing some good football at the time of departure, they are shit. Who's going to give you now all that money, 40M for Marcus Rashford? I swear I see no one.
And we've been over, no, 40 million that you can get for Rashford, but because of his wages, then it becomes
Mm,
difficult for you
it
to
becomes
get that money.
exactly, it becomes a problem.
Hmm.
Anyhow, once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh and Isaac, we are signing out. Sports Jazz, glory, glory, Man United. Yep. Josh, real quick, the preview. You want to talk about the game, Chelsea?
Yeah. We have to talk about the game. We have to talk
Okay.
about Chelsea United, and
Mm,
yeah, it's a dead rubber game. It's a dead rubber game. Maybe we
I
can
know.
give Chelsea some points to actually get in positions to chase Arsenal, but they're also a one-legged team. I mean, they cannot really catch anyone. And the only important thing from this game maybe is
I hope
um,
I
it,
hope
it
Amarim
would be.
doesn't risk players. We don't want any
What do
player
you mean
injured. We
risk
already have
players?
enough.
The players have to play.
Okay,
You
they have
cannot.
to play, Josh. They are academy kids. Let them play, Josh. Look, we
No.
played Delict, he got injured. We played Lenny Euro, Josh, he got injured. You don't have defenders, Josh, unless you're going to stick with Lindelof.
Yeah, but sometimes it's easier for the players to keep the rhythm when they're
Is it?
playing.
Isn't it the
You
last
c-
game of the
yeah,
season?
no.
No,
But players cannot be kept for
second last. Mm.
yeah, but players cannot be kept for 9 days. There's a lot of time for them to recover. If you get injured, so be it. You could get injured in the first 5 minutes of the final,
Josh, I
and
think
you're
it's the
still
last
out.
game of the Premier League. Oh, no.
No, we
It's
can't play
supposed to
on
be
Friday.
38. It's
Yeah, we
supposed to be
play on the
38
same
games.
day. We play on the same day on the last day.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. But
Hmm.
anyhow, Josh, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, players need to stay fit. But it's just sad, man. I don't want to. We need to win the Europa. I'm praying every
And then
night.
what? And then what? Play the Champions League.
No, forget about the Champions League,
And
Josh. We
then
need to make
what? And then
signings. We
what
need to make
after you win the
signings.
Champions League?
If we win the Europa,
And then what if you win the Champions? If
no,
you go in the Champions League, then what?
no,
Can you
Josh. If we
imagine
win
being number?
Europa, there are
You
more
can you
chances. Money's
can,
coming through, sponsorship deals, and it's going to be even easier signing players, Josh.
can you
You see,
imagine being
Semenyo himself is
That
You
lie,
see,
that lie, that lie. Atisemenyo is
anyway,
waiting for European status of United to him to say that's rubbish, yo. I mean,
anyway,
yeah, we are interested in the guy, but don't push it. Don't push it.
Sports Jazz, everyone.
Wait,
Thank you so
that's right.
much
Let
for
me tell
tuning
you
in.
something. So,
Yeah, yeah.
can
What's
you
up?
imagine qualifying for the Champions League and there's what 24 teams on the log?
Mm-hmm. Mm,
There's now 24 teams on the log, and
mm-hmm.
United is number 24th
Man,
after after 2 games. And
embarrassing.
the battering has been like 3-0, straight 3-0 of Royal Antwerp.
Very, very, very embarrassing. By the way, how far with that guy? Is he coming? Is there another
Lemons.
one that we are interested in him?
Yeah. I
Sorry,
like,
Lemon. Sorry, that's the
yeah.
team.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Lemons. But I like the fact that we're looking at goalkeepers, bro. We need a goalkeeper. We need someone to push Onana. We need Onana to look over his shoulder.
Yep.
You know, we need, yeah. I mean,
Altaya
someone
Bayinda is
should,
not doing that well.
exactly. And you can also be brave and buy a guy and sit Onana.
Well, hopefully. Please do subscribe, guys. Josh and Isaac, there was another episode, an edition or rather to of Sports Jazz. See you tomorrow, same time. Glory, glory, Man United. We are officially signing out. Adios. Subscribe.
Yeah.